Hello everybody, my name is Remington Curtis from Sunbelt Business Brokers of Utah. Today we're going to be talking about that important question of what is my business worth? Now my background, I have 15 years of deep diving into valuations. My PhD in accounting had an emphasis on valuation. That's what my dissertation, the bulk of my research is about. So when I have the chance to talk about valuations, I get excited like a kid in a candy shop. So I'm going to give you two answers to this question. The first one is the correct answer. The second one, though, is going to be a more useful rule of thumb that you can lean on when necessary. So what is the correct answer to your business's valuation? Your business is worth the present value of its expected future cash flows. It's that simple. Let's break it down into the three parts so you can better understand. Let's start at the end and say cash flows. Within businesses, the way that we determine cash flow is going to depend on the size of your business. If you are a larger business and you are not directly involved in the operations of your business, generally we're going to measure cash flow off of EBITDA, or earnings before taxes, depreciation, amortization, and interest. Now, if you are a smaller company or an owner-operated company, then we're going to measure your cash flow using SDE, Seller Discretionary Earnings. SDE is going to take EBITDA, and then it's going to add back any expenses related to ownership wages, ownership perks, like maybe a personal vehicle, or any other expenses that are benefiting the owner personally. In addition to that, we're going to add back any one-time business expenses or investments so that we have a better projection of the cash that was actually generated to support the ownership as well as grow the business. Once we have the cash flow established, we're now going to use that to project expectations moving forward. Because a business is not valued off of what it did in the past, it's valued off of what we expect happens in the future. And so the way that we're going to project the future is we're going to start with the most recent SDE or EBITDA, and then we're going to add to that growth opportunities or investments that you have engaged in. We're going to look at your demand on the market. We're going to look at your potential competition. We're going to work to understand what it is that makes your business opportunity special relative to other businesses. Now, once we have a projection for your expected future cash flow, we're going to use those to determine the actual value. The way we do that is we look at the timing and amounts of projected cash flows, and then we apply a return on investment or demanded return by the market. Because the market is not willing to invest in your business just to get back the money that they turned in. They're going to demand an increase on their capital. So the valuation boils down to what is the demanded return. That is going to depend on the risk of your business. That can be off of particulars about your business. For example, looking at your business's particular customer concentration, or looking to see if your business is at risk of losing key employees, or it may be concerned that your business is in a industry that's going to have new regulations come about that impact it. All of these factors that could change your expected cash flow are going to be considered when determining the valuation. And so once you go through and you identify current cash flow, expected future cash flow, and the appropriate risk-adjusted return for your business, we can determine the accurate and correct valuation of your business. Now, the truth is, most brokers and even most CPAs do not have the skills and ability to calculate that actual valuation. And so if you're sitting here just watching this video, my discussion there is maybe helping you understand theoretically, but you want to be able to say, what is my specific business worth? So we have a rule of thumb I can give you. Most businesses, you can determine the ballpark of their valuation by taking their cash flow over the most recent 12 months and multiplying it by your industry cash flow factor. You can look up your industry cash flow factor online. There are a lot of sources that'll give it to you. Most of the time, those factors for most industries are between 2.5 and 3.5. For example, construction industry, the median multiple off of sold businesses is 3.1 of EBITDA. So if I was a company that had $1 million worth of EBITDA, trying to determine my current value, I would take 1 million times 3.1 and see that the back of the envelope estimate is a value of 3.1 million. Now, again, this is a rule of thumb. There's a reason we don't use it when specifically identifying the listing value of your business. That's because it is based off of the average business within that industry. Regardless of how big or how small that business is, regardless of any particular patents that they may have or other investment opportunities, regardless of the risk factors that go into each individual business. And so to determine the actual value of your business, we can't just rely on the multiples. We have to do that valuation discussion that we had at the beginning of the video. So in summary, what is your business worth? It is worth the present value of the future cash flows. Now, we would love to be able to sit down with you and have a discussion looking at the particulars of your business and share with you our opinion of what it would earn out in the marketplace. We take a very educational approach with you, and so if you are interested in learning more, reach out for that free consultation.